I would say that I am 80% masculine and 20% feminine. Now, I don't mean that on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays I wear dresses and nail polish and prance around in pretty frills. No, I mean I have traits and convey an overall masculine approach to everything I do. But yeah, I do have a 20% feminine side. And it's that side of me that wants to be loved, wants to find a nice girl, wants to get married, wants to have children, wants to just be at peace and have the love of a beautiful family. And that's something that has always been difficult to obtain, but is perhaps even more difficult to obtain in this plastic, artificial, single-use world we now live in. I remember it wasn't until I was 18 years old that I started to get attention from girls. Can you imagine? I went through all of high school not having a girlfriend, which it's a mixture of personal choice and also because no girl was actually attracted to me. When I was 18, I started to get attention from girls. I built a good physique, I developed my communication skills, and it was specifically my good physique that got a girl sliding into my DMs. And it's clear that this girl only wanted one thing. Now, I had the opportunity to meet this girl and do the deed. And my mind was racing, my heart was beating so fast, just even seeing the messages she was sending me. Having the opportunity to do that, because I'd never had it. It felt like the forbidden fruit. Here it was, this opportunity in front of me. But I didn't go through with it. I declined. I controlled my desire. And I felt regular again. Felt about going on about my day. Now, a lot of guys will call me an absolute fool for this, right? The girl was pretty attractive, and who knows what could have happened. Of course, I would never got in a relationship with her, but I could have had, friends with benefits, that sort of thing. Yet I refused because I did not want to give in to my own lust, and I didn't want to be an object of lust. Whilst a guy's ego might be boosted by the idea that a girl finds him attractive and finds his body attractive and wants to sleep with him, deep down that's a very hollow and empty way to live your life. Because that girl would never love me. She'd just see me as an object of pleasure. And I think if you do that with enough people, having a loveless interaction like that, you'll become soulless and empty. And that's not a future I want. And like I said, being lusted after, it does make you feel kind of good about yourself. It's like, wow, someone wants to, do the most intimate human thing with me. But at the same time, it's just very plastic, very hollow. And you're thinking to yourself, why can't I be loved? Why can't I? Now I'm loved in many other respects. I've got family out that love me. I've got good friends, but I want to be loved in that way with a significant other. And some people might argue that if you go around and have sex with people, then that gives you practice or you can understand people better. But I'd rather do it with someone I truly love. I'd rather feel that euphoria of being in the arms of the one I love. And it's cheesy as hell, I know, but I think there's much more to life than just sleeping around and chasing these once-in-a-lifetime experiences. I think sometimes you have to slow down, be present, and think to yourself, what do I actually want out of life? Am I just going from person to person to person to numb the pain? What trauma do I have? Was I not loved? Am I trying to crave attention from people that I didn't get from my parents, from those around me? Do I feel rejected and now I have the opportunity to be seen as popular and get in some circles that I'm chasing it down? And this could be the case for me. Like I said, I've never had a girl message me like that. And I was obviously having a physical reaction to it. My heart was beating fast. I remember I was sat at the dinner table, got a message on my phone, looked at it, and this girl had asked me, to come by her place, and I just had to put my phone down as if everything was okay. And I genuinely considered it. I was like, right, I could sneak out of the house. My parents aren't going to be at this time. I could get home before this time. But I thought, no, that is ridiculous. Why would I subject myself to that? Why would I do something that my future self is going to regret? I know in my luck I'd probably get her knocked up, but that's a whole different thing. The point I'm making is lust is a natural human thing, and we shouldn't, shame people for it necessarily, but it can be avoided. And I think you can have a much more fulfilling life, much more meaningful life, if you don't let your life be dictated by desire and lust. If you dictate your own life based on what you believe rather than just some bodily desire, you will go far, or at the very least, you'll be much happier. Because love is much more powerful than lust. The power of love is a curious thing. Makes a one man weep, makes another man sing. I always try to throw in a lyric there from some song. That's Huey Lewis and the News. I don't know if I've said that in a video before, but anyway. Regardless, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. My little thoughts in my little brain of mine. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Anything you want to do. I'll see you in the next one. God bless. As always, you take very good care of yourself.